The Conservative Case Against Free Trade. This is an excellent book. It's only 24 pages. You can read it in an hour, 2 hours. Basically makes the case that every president we've had, going back to Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Carter, Reagan, Bush 41, 43, Clinton, they've all been free traders, and Nixon was the only exception. Nixon imposed a 10% tariff. The United States had a trade surplus after World War II for decades, and then 1971, we went into our first trade deficit, and that's when Nixon imposed a 10% tariff. And FDR was even a free trader to an extent, according to these guys. Coolidge was not a free trader. Now, what I thought was really interesting is here on page 12, it gives you the rundown of all the different presidents. But here's something that's interesting. Page 10, 4 sentences. Okay, this is worth your $5 right here. These 4 sentences on Smoot-Hawley tariff. Okay, this is a bombshell. These 4 sentences should be read by every member of Congress. I mean, for $4.95, we got what, a $50 billion trade deficit annually, or a month? $50 billion a month. For $4.95. I mean, this would re-educate a lot of the free trade dunces and their ideology. Smoot-Hawley has been unjustifiably blamed for the Depression. Trade declined because of the Depression itself, not because of anything it did. 2/3 of the drop of any trade during the Depression happened before it even came into effect. Only about 1/3 of our imports were even affected by it. In other words, you got stuff coming in, you got imports coming in. Some of it has a tariff on it, some of it doesn't. Okay, so if the tariffs caused the Depression to get worse, then certainly the imports that were coming in, those would still be getting bought up, right? And the goods that were coming in with a tariff on them, those were slowing down, right? Well, the goods coming in that were taxed versus the goods that coming in were not taxed, they both collapsed at the same rate. Didn't have anything to do with the tariff. You just had a depression, man. You had a depression. People quit buying stuff. People quit buying things because there was no money. When I say no money, I mean, if there's money out there and you can't get it, that's one thing. But if there's no money out there, it's impossible to get it. If the money doesn't exist, they took 1/3 of the money out of existence. Okay, they contracted the money supply. Okay, so it's mathematically impossible for people to, improve their situation. So this right here, page 10, those 4 sentences, every American should read. Right there it is, the conservative. This book has been sitting in my bookshelf for, I don't want to say 10 years, but man, I've seen this book sitting there, and I don't know why, but I just picked it up. I wish I read it a long time ago. For $4.95 on Amazon.